What's going on, traders? Few things to talk about. We're gonna get straight into it. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So, pretty interesting trading week. Nothing too crazy. I do believe that next week we're going to see a lot more volatility simply because there is fears of a government shutdown. Now, crazy enough, the last time Trump was in office, we did get a government shutdown, and it was a very long shutdown. It lasted for about a month. Don't quote me on that. Look it up yourself. And so, if we do get a government shutdown, I do believe the market is going to be a pretty violent reaction towards the downside, possibly even a correction. But this all depends on how long the government shutdown happens. Now, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I want to make this clear. I'm not guaranteeing a shutdown is going to happen. But one thing you'll see over social media, CNBC, traders, whoever you're following, you're going to see a lot of them say that Trump wants a government shutdown. And given that it's happened before during his last administration, very much possible, right? So if we get a government shutdown, it is what it is. If we don't get a government shutdown, don't be surprised. Okay. Now, we're going to look at Bitcoin here, starting off the video. We're going to look at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin because I think Bitcoin is in a very interesting spot and it's showing a very, very scary signal right now. Now, when we're looking at the weekly time frame, as you guys can see, and keep in mind, the week is not over or officially over for crypto, but when you're looking at the weekly time frame, you're forming an evening star pattern, and it's pretty clean. All right, I have to admit, it's very very clean, guys. Now, when we go to the daily time frame, you formed a bearish engulfing candle as well, and you're below the key level of 109.5. You can say 110K simply because that's a major psych level, but 109.5 is your key level here. If we cannot hold this level, then chances are we're going to head towards 107K. You get below 107K, then you're looking at 103, 100K more or less. So Bitcoin again is in a very scary spot. I will say that much, especially if we're talking about a leading indicator. Or you can even argue that it's a lagging indicator. Sometimes it leads, sometimes it lags behind the market. Whatever it is, it doesn't necessarily matter. The point being is that Bitcoin does not look good here. All right. Now, what you want to see if you're looking to be bullish with Bitcoin is you simply want to see these guys right here at around 107K hold. All right. So it's not the end of the world if Bitcoin just so happens to head down here. It's very much possible that these bulls in this area here, and these, sorry about that, these bulls in this area here step in. And maybe, Bitcoin just traps a bunch of bears and then heads back towards the upside. So it's not the end of the world. I would say your major level from here, because simply because there's a lot of bulls in this area, is 107K. Now, what's important to note here is if you go further to the left, there's a lot of bears in this area here. You have an evening star pattern here. You have this huge bearish engulfing candle here. So even if we don't break below 107K right away, you're not in the clear. Okay. What you want to see is us to get back above 112K. You want to see us get back above these guys here and get back above these guys here. And not only that, reclaim the 121 MA. So there's a lot of work you got to do for Bitcoin, or for at least me to be bullish on Bitcoin all over again. But for now, I'm leaning bearish. Okay, I was neutral, but now I'm leaning more bearish when it comes to Bitcoin. Again, when you look at the weekly time frame, you just have this insane evening star pattern, a very powerful pattern, and it's not looking good. And if you look to the left here, I always tell you guys zoom out and look to the left. A lot of bearish wicks, a lot of bearish wicks. There's hardly any bullish wicks in this area here, so not looking good for Bitcoin. And if we're talking about Bitcoin being a leading indicator, it's safe to say that the market might see some more downside heading into next week. I'm not saying it's going to happen Monday, maybe when the government shutdown happens. If it happens, I don't know. Okay. So just want you guys to pay attention to Bitcoin. Keep your eyes on it because it's not looking great. All right. I will say that much. All right. So looking at the SPY. Now, interesting enough, today, I've been saying this in the Discord. The SPY keeps trading, and you're going to see this across the board. You're not just going to see it with the SPY, or you're not only going to see it with the SPY. Sorry about that. When you're looking at the 4-hour time frame, the SPY is just fighting this trend right here at 662, 662.5 more or less, right? And all day you just saw the SPY just pretty much reject this trend. Now you did close a little bit below it, but you didn't get above 662, or you didn't close above 662. So this is what we want to see when it comes to the SPY if you're looking to be bullish. You want to see us break, retest, and then there's a chance that we're going to head back towards previous highs at around 667. Otherwise, next week we could see a rejection back towards the downside. Again, I'm not guaranteeing anything. It's just not safe to say that we're going to be bullish heading into next week until we reclaim not only this trend but this key level of 662. So that's what you want to see: break, retest, and then continuation back towards the upside. For now, SPY, I'm pretty neutral on, as long as we stay above 657. All right, 657 is your major key level. You saw the SPY attempt to get below it, it just could not make it happen. And as you guys can see, you look closely here, you see a lot of bulls stepping in. You see a lot of bullish wicks in this area. These guys right here as well. I mean, it's clear as day that bulls are present here. I mean, right here, this massive, I won't even say massive, but just clear as day bullish candle right here. You just see there's a lot of bulls in this area. So it makes sense that SPY is having a hard time getting below 657. So in order for us to really break below here, I imagine we're going to need some pretty bad news. For now, I'm just sitting neutral when it comes to the SPY. Triple Qs. Now, triple Qs, I will argue, looks better. You have a bullish engulfing candle, or you close on a bullish engulfing candle. And if you let's actually go to the daily time frame here. And if you look at the daily time frame, you see this rising channel here. We broke down, we retested 21 MA, and then we bounced back towards the upside. The only problem is that you only filled this fair value gap. Okay, you closed below this fair value gap. So is it a good sign that Q's got below above 595 and closed? Sure. But right now, I mean, there's a lot of bears here. Okay, when you're looking at the daily time frame. So what you want to see here, or what I want to see here, is a simple break and retest back towards the upside, break, retest, and then from there we're obviously looking at previous highs all over again, looking at about 600. All right. Now, one thing I told you guys in my warning video, this was like a week or so ago, simple 3-minute video. I told you guys at some point in time the triple Qs and the SPY are going to need to or going to retest the 21 MA. All right. We haven't quite got there yet. We got pretty close though. So you can count it, you cannot count it. It's really up to you. But we did get pretty close. Now, when we look at the daily time frame here, again, you got really close to the 21 in May. So it's really tough to say whether that counts or not. When you look at the SPY, you actually did retest the 21 in May. So this is a very powerful MA. I encourage you to use it because anytime the market gets too far away from the 21 MA, again, at some point in time, you will have to retest it. It happens all the time, like clockwork, guys. It's just a matter of when. All right. Here, you pump towards the upside, retest it. Pump towards the upside, retest it. Pump towards the upside, retest. You guys get the idea. And then you finally got your retest here as well. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to continue to pump from here just simply because we retested 21 MA. But I just want you guys to keep this in mind that every time we get far away from the 21 MA, at some point in time, you will retest it. It's like mandatory. Okay, so this is a golden ticket. All right, for anybody who's trying to get puts or something. All right, so that's what we're looking at for the SPY and the triple Qs, IWM. So when it comes to IWM, there's a double bottom neckline right here, and you're currently rejecting it. Right, so right here. What you want to see with IWM is for it to stay below 141.5. As long as it stays below that, then it's very much possible that you're going to see more downside. All right. So between 141.5 and 142.5, I would say IWM is looking at potentially more downside. Again, you have this double top. I think I said double bottom on accident. You have this double top neckline here. So top here, and then your neckline is right here. You're simply retesting the neckline. It's just all a matter of what happens heading into next week. If the government does shut down, please believe IWM is going to get hit hard. All right. And again, as you guys can see, when you get too far away from the 21 MA, you end up retesting it. Okay. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of timing it. But that's what technical analysis is for, to determine when to get into puts or when to get into calls. But other than that, that's all I really have for IWM. If IWM manages to get below the 21 MA at 238, you're looking at some pretty decent downside. You're looking at 235, and the lowest I'm looking at is about 230. All right, 230 is what I'm looking at right here where these guys are. All right, so that's what we're looking at for IWM. All right, so let's talk about some stocks real quick. So Meta, I'm gonna make another video Sunday, just going more into detail on various stocks. It's gonna be a video focused on stocks, but when it comes to Meta, Meta does not look good. You have this massive symmetrical triangle, and hopefully you guys can keep up here. But you have this massive symmetrical triangle on you can say the daily time frame. I'm simply on the 4 hour time frame, but you broke below it, right? This rarely happens. So you broke above it and then you rolled back below the pattern. What do I say happens when you roll back into patterns or even above or below patterns, depending on direction you're trading? You continue in that direction, right? So Meta looks like it's trying to head towards 720, especially if you stay below 748. Now, what you want to see here, if you're looking to be bearish on Meta, is a break and hold below 737. You break below that, chances are you're heading towards 720. All right. So again, it's not looking good for Meta. You broke this trend here. You bounced here, right? You bounced here. You broke below it. You not only broke below that trend, but you broke below the downwards trend as well. So it's not looking good for Meta. There's a good chance that Meta could see some more downside, if not gap towards the downside, um, heading into next week. So 748 is your key level, guys. All right, 748. Coreweave. I mean, congratulations. I mean, we've been trading Coreweave for the past 2 weeks in the Discord. This thing has been absolutely blessing us. So, congratulations. But we slowed down on it simply because it wasn't looking convincing, right? I did have a price target of 150. It got as high as about 140. I'll take it. A win's a win for me. That's a win for me because, like I've been saying, if Coreweave can get above 125, chances are you're heading towards 150. It pumped all the way to 140. I'll take it. All right. Now, again, when you're looking at Coreweave, like we just talked about with Meta, you're rolling back into this falling channel, right? Not looking good. Not only that, but you're back below 125. I do believe that CoreWeave is going to head back towards 110, especially if you get below 117, right where the 21 MA is. All right. If you get below 117, CoreWeave is heading much lower. You're looking at a retest of the 100 MA right here where these guys are. All right. A lot of bulls in this area. I won't say a lot of bulls, but a decent structure in this area. So this is something you want to pay attention to. Again, I mean, the confirmation is here. You roll back into this channel. Not only did you roll back into this channel, but you're below 125.7. Okay. Stay below that, chances are you're going to continue towards the downside when it comes to Coreweave. So not looking good for Coreweave. All right. Few stocks that member asked me to go over in the Discord. I'm not going to go over every single one. I'm just going to go over the ones I can remember right now. Oracle. I think it was Oracle. Was it Oracle? Either Oracle or Circle. I'll just go over both. So when it comes to Oracle, right now, wait, this is what I was looking at the weekly time frame. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, this is an evening star pattern. It's not the cleanest in my opinion because of this massive bullish candle here, and then you can see clear as day that bears are very very powerful up here. So Oracle's not looking strong. I mean, you don't even have bulls stepping in on this weekly candle here, like at all. So it looks like Oracle is trying to head back towards 260. It's not looking good. Okay, it's not looking good for Oracle. I will say that much. You're trying to hold the 21 in May. I think you're slightly below it. Let's actually check here. Go to the 4 hour. Yeah, you're somewhat below the 21 in May on the daily and the 4 hour, so it's not looking too good. Bears are very strong in this thing right now. Very, very strong. So it's looking like, I mean, look at this. This is a void. This is an empty void here. So it's not looking good for Oracle. I don't know if you got calls or puts on this thing, but it's not looking good at all. All right, it's not looking good. Maybe you get some type of dead cat bounce towards 300, maybe fill this fair value gap here. But right now, I mean, this thing looks horrendous. You have this massive gap down here. I'm looking at 260 as your next target. All right. So that's what we're looking at for Oracle. Yeah, Oracle. Um, Next stock I want to go over is AMD. So AMD is just consolidating, right? The issue with AMD is that you have a head and shoulders pattern here, right? I'm hoping I can remember. So boom, 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 and then you're breaking below the neckline. The issue is that you're just doing this consolidation here, but this measured move for this is all the way to like this gap fill all the way down here at 138. So AMD is something you want to pay attention to. You're creating lower highs as well, high here, lower high here, kind of an evening high here, even high, evening high, even high here. So AMD is something you want to pay attention to. Personally, I wouldn't trade it, but if you want to trade this head and shoulders pattern and take a risk on it, I say go for it. Maybe set a stop loss at around 162. But it all depends on what happens next week. So that's what we're looking at for AMD. He also asked about Marvell. So I alerted to Discord members that we are investing into Marvel at $74 per share. Congratulations to Discord members on this play. Marvel is just crazy undervalued, right? Crazy undervalued. So if you're looking for some type of value, maybe you have a lot of cash on hands, you should look into Marvel. Okay, you should definitely look into the evaluation of Marvel. All right. So when it comes to Marvel, 85. All right, 80, not even 85. It's actually 86.15. All right, 86.15. So right here, where these guys are. If you don't get above these guys, then you're just heading back towards the downside. Possibly feel some type of fair value gap all the way at 75 all over again. Doesn't matter. Marvell is undervalued. Marvell needs to be back up here somewhere. Is eventually he's going to come back up here at around 130, 125. All right. So Marvell looks very good long term. As long term investment wise, Marvell looks great. Trading wise, you might want to wait for that 86 break. All right. That's what we're looking at for Marvell. All right. That's pretty much the video, guys. I'm very hungry. That's why I'm kind of like rambling over myself. But other than that, I'll make another video Sunday going over more stocks. Let me know what you guys want me to go over. Stocks, gold. I know a lot of you like gold as well, maybe even silver. Just put some stocks names in the comments below. It can't be a penny stock. I'm not going over penny stocks. Okay, not doing it. Okay, I'm gonna laugh at you. All right. So, but that's the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think a government shutdown is going to happen next week? And yeah, until the next video, traders, have a good one.